What's up guys, Gordon Briley here, and today what I wanted to do was just show you, kind of walk you through a workout that I would do using the landmine, part of the Evo ID. And one of the things I also wanted to show, which some of you guys, if you've seen some of the other videos, probably know how universal most of the stuff that we make is. Like I always try to think about, before I manufacture, like how is this or how could this be used for something else, and not something that's gimmicky. But this is a traditional handle. It'll hook up to any of the, let's say a pulley for bicep curls. You could do lat pull downs, whatever. But these actually break apart, and then they can be reutilized for other things. And this, I really like this, just because it makes it simple to use. I'm actually going to use this on the landmine for kind of a little kickstand for putting the weight on. So I have a quick knob, and I just put this through here, and I'm going to put this down here. Just thread it right in. And now that handle is going to function as a perfect kickstand, so I can put these weights on really simple. Like I said, nothing amazing, but serves the purpose and actually makes life pretty damn easy. So my first set, what I normally like to do, and I always just switch this up of course, but I kind of like to go from easiest to hardest. And the first one that I like to do is the 45 degree. Again, depending on what you traditionally do, you could do a narrower grip, just moving this quickly, bring it in so you wouldn't be as wide, or you could go wider. I'm one notch in on both sides, and then that's perfect for me. So my first couple of sets, building up in weight, the first 2 to 3 sets usually is going to be just warming up essentially, but then I build up to the weight that I want. And then I'm going to do, since I'm going to do multiple grips with this, which I'll show you guys, I'm actually going to do 3 sets of each. But with the 45s, 45 degree handles, it keeps you a little closer to the weight, and that's why it's easier. But I like to change the grip, my hand position especially, because depending on where your grip is, you're going to be working different portions of that muscle of the lat. So the second one that I do is a neutral grip. So this will be 3 sets as well. So just a matter of spinning that real quick. I like to open this one up a little bit wider so I can almost fit right between it, my chest. But the cool part is, the further that this grip takes you away from the point where you're connected to the bar, the more difficult it is, but also the more room you have to separate yourself from that weight, and that's why it actually feels more difficult. Because a neutral grip, I would say mostly you're going to be a little bit stronger because of your biceps, but because of that weight distribution pulling you away from it, it's actually more difficult. So you're changing the difficulty of that exercise based on leverage. So now I can get a better range of motion because I've moved myself away from that weight and I can pull it up higher. Now, for my third, I'll do 3 sets of that, of course. And then for the third grip, I like to just spin this, put these back on. And now this one, it takes you even farther away from the weight. I've always done either a neutral grip or a 45 degree handle. I've never really done a 45 degree with a supinated grip. This one is unbelievably difficult, but it feels so good. One, because it's external rotation, so that's really, your joint capsule is very stable. But again, it's pushing you away from that, that point of attachment, and it's even more difficult. So you've increased the intensity by putting yourself away, and again, you have more range of motion, which is awesome. So I'm picking it up out here, as close to the body, and that row is insane. So that's different, or a few different grip types that I traditionally use. This was literally what I did in my workout today. And again, with this adjustability where you can move these, if you wanted more range, just by doing this. This is another grip that I do. So I'll do a little narrower. And then again, supinated grip. And I've lowered this handle just in a few seconds. This will hit you. Again, you could open this up and get it out of the way. So now I have more of that range, and I have that open area for my chest. So this was the first exercise, multiple grips, and then now I'm going to show you using the same base attachment, removing these. I'm actually going to move on to some lat pull downs with, one is actually a prototype, so I want to show you that anyways. I'm obsessed with it. It is so badass. So I'm going to strip this down. You can see how easy it is, especially with that kickstand. So those of you worried about it being difficult, essentially done. So now I'm going to take this base part and connect it to some of the different grips and show you that, guys, or that part of it for my next exercises of my back day. All right, guys, so now we're going to move on to lat pull downs using the pulley system. And these are actually, this is the same base that was on the landmine, but this is one of the prototype pieces that I built. I wanted to be able to do a semi-wide grip neutral with this handle, but I also wanted to be able to take it, flip it, reinstall it on the base, and be able to have a narrow grip, but also have a potential for close grip with my palms open towards me, and then also have a wider grip with these, and I'll show you how that works. But it's really simple, this base here, and you can make this to where these pop pins actually face away from you. So I'm looking at it right now, I'm installing it that these are away from me so they're never an obstacle. And this is really easy to do, and it's all about switching out these handles. And I just put it on backwards, but so now this is locked in. This is going to be the narrow grip. You have the opportunity for either supinated or pronated grip out here, or you could switch it, which I'll do. My exercises today are going to be narrow and then neutral wide. And then if you've seen the other videos, these are just additional pieces that you can do. And this one is obviously a lat pull down handle here with an ultra wide lat pull down or ultra wide neutral grip. And of course you can do the same pronated or supinated semi-wide grip just by changing these out. And these are pretty low cost. That was the goal, is to give you all the different tools. I wish I could build them all into one, but it's just impossible without making it so heavy or clunky. So I'd rather just have a couple different handles that you could just hang on your wall and they don't really get in the way. So I have them facing away. And what you can see here is how I'm using this. This is that same swivel seat that is part of the Evo ID, but also a part that you guys can get for your racks when I build this crossbar, cut it custom or add on to it. But you can flip this seat from swiveling up top to down, and I actually use it to down. So now, same thing, I'm going to do 3 sets of this narrow grip. 3 sets of this narrow grip, and then I like to take it right off when I'm going to switch it. And to show you how easy it is. Now I want it semi-wide. Make sure they're the same. Okay, just like that. In there. Now I'm going right to my wide grip. So I'll do 3 sets of these, getting heavier. Reps currently I'm at about 8 reps for my working set. And then I'm going to switch to a supinated grip. For 3 more. So that's 9 sets, working sets, all with a weight that 8 is very challenging. This is not. I would have much more weight on it, but I wanted to show you guys this handle, this prototype. Let me know what you think about this, or we'll switch it out real quick and show you the other finished pieces that will be available pretty much very soon. So same thing. As you can see, this is going to be very wide. I like to put it down from the top. And now we have a very wide, this would be set as a lat pull down here. And if you guys have a system where you don't have it right by your uprights, you can go really wide with this. I'm kind of limited in that way. And then I think you guys get it. I can take these off real quick and flip them over and have that neutral grip. I can go wider here, but again, I'm kind of limited by this. So that is the second set of exercises, lat pull down. And then for the next exercises, I'll just move this crossbar down a little bit and actually do some low rows. So now I'm going to move this crossbar so you can actually see how I do it and how simple it is and how quick. So I'm going to move it lower so I can put my feet, elevate my feet and put them up on for a low row and be able to connect this to connect the pulley to the cube that's in the center. So I just make sure this is level, connect in, retighten. Those threads actually help hold it right in place. Okay, so here I move the cube over. There's lots of different ways. I have different connection points. I'm just going to hook it up this way. I have this piece, the way super affordable, super easy, but way more dynamic. You can literally move this pulley to the sides and pull from any angle that you want. Do unilateral movements and the pulley moves with you. So it actually functions a hell of a lot better than a fixed pulley system. It's much more affordable. So I'm just going to hook that up to there. This piece goes here. If I want to lock this piece down, I just grab a pin. I usually just let it float because it does hold it really well. That pin doesn't even have a cotter pin, so it might not hold. But regardless, now I'm going to use the same handle. And then now I can do my sets with the T-bar row. It's all set up. And if I'm going to pull from that way, it's perfectly fine. I can pull from any angle. I got a spot to put my feet up. And as you can see, it's the same thing up here. And I can move these handles around, so I'll do 3 more sets with this grip, and then I'm going to repeat the same ones as I did with the upper one. So I don't want to bore you with that. But that's just some of the connection points and how it works, how easy it is, and some of the actual exercises that I utilize with these handles. So again, let me know what you guys think, and as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.